If you're a pharmacist, you already know the deal. The pressure, the pace, the huge weight of responsibility. It's a really demanding job. And somewhere in the middle of all that, it's so easy to lose touch with the very passion that got you into this in the first place. Well, today, we're going to dive into that. I mean, this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? As a pharmacist, you're often the final check, that last line of defense between a treatment and a patient. That's an incredible thing to carry, a responsibility that literally shapes lives every single day. So let's just ask the big question right now. With all the paperwork, the long hours, and the routines, is that original spark, that reason you chose this path, still shining bright? This explainer is all about getting back to that why, and then using it to build a map for your future. Okay, so let's start at square one, your noble purpose. Before we can even think about what's next, we've got to reconnect with the real reason you put on that white coat. Let's get back to the fundamental why that's supposed to be driving all of this. Just think for a second about the huge scope of your impact. You're so much more than someone who just dispenses medication. You're an integrator, connecting the dots between a doctor's orders and a patient's real life. You're a protector of public health. You're a clinical decision maker. It is such a massive role, way bigger than the day-to-day grind can sometimes feel. So, let's take a beat here. Think way back. What was it that first pulled you into this field? Was it a family thing, a love for the science behind it, and maybe even more important, when was the last time you felt truly fulfilled in your job? Really try to remember that feeling, because that's going to be our compass for everything we do next. All right, now that we've hopefully reconnected with the why, let's start building on it with the what. We need a structured, organized way to look at where you are right now. Think of this next part as a map for some honest and really effective self-evaluation. So this framework breaks it all down into 4 key areas. First, we've got identity and purpose. That's your why we just talked about. Then comes technical competence, your clinical skills, the stuff you use every day. After that, it's about your adaptive capabilities, basically how well you roll with the punches and learn new things in this ever-changing field. And finally, strategic positioning, figuring out where your unique talents can make the biggest splash. See how they all build on each other? Okay, let's get practical. To really dig into those 4 dimensions, we're going to borrow a tool you might know from the business world, the SWOT analysis. But we're going to flip it and turn it inward to map out your own personal professional profile. Put simply, a personal SWOT analysis is just about getting a clear, honest look at yourself from all angles. It helps organize your thoughts so you can actually see the whole picture and then build a real workable strategy for your career. First up, strengths. Think of these as your professional superpowers. Are you amazing with patience, able to explain complex things in a simple way? Do you have deep, specialized knowledge in a certain area? Maybe you've got experience that nobody else has. Pinpoint what really makes you stand out. Next, let's talk about weaknesses. And look, this isn't about beating yourself up, not at all. This is about strategic self-awareness. Being really honest about what you don't know or what skills could use a little polishing. Well, that's the absolute first step to turning those weaknesses into your future strengths. Now we get to shift our focus and look outward at the opportunities. Where's the world of healthcare actually going? I'm talking about things like telehealth, pharmacogenomics, or new digital therapies. Are there new needs popping up that actually get you excited? This part is all about scanning the horizon for your next big thing. And finally, threats. Again, this isn't about being negative, it's about being smart and prepared. What could potentially get in your way? Is it new technology like AI and automation, more competition? By identifying these challenges now, you can start building a plan to navigate right around them. Okay, so here's the most important part. Having all this self-awareness is great, but it's really just the beginning. The real magic, the part that changes things, happens when you turn that insight into a solid plan. So this final section is all about taking action. The engine that's going to drive this whole plan forward is what's called a growth mindset. It's this core belief that your talents and abilities aren't set in stone. They can be developed. The moment you start seeing a challenge as a chance to learn instead of a roadblock, that's when you really unlock your full potential. And to make this super real, let's put it on a timeline. This isn't some vague, far-off goal. It's a series of clear steps. So in the next month, finish your SWOT analysis. The next 3 to 6 months, start researching and working on those weaknesses. And in the next year or 2, you could be pursuing new training, building a new network. It is totally, completely achievable. So this is where we'll end. The truth is, the world of pharmacy is just overflowing with chances to make a huge, meaningful impact. Your unique mix of skills, your passion, your experience, it means you can contribute in ways that nobody else can. So the question isn't really if the opportunities are out there. The real question is, how are you going to prepare yourself to go out and seize them?